Okay, let's talk about something that happens every single day at school, students leaving early, right? It sounds simple, but managing it, that can be a huge headache, especially when it comes to safety. So today, we're going to dive in and really master the InstaClass Gatepass system. We're going to turn that chaos into a process that's not just easy, but secure and totally auditable.
So let's be real for a second. Is your school still using those old paper sign-out sheets? You know the ones. Maybe you're relying on handwritten notes that can get lost or smudged or worse, forged. Look, those old ways aren't just clunky, they're a genuine security risk. It's almost impossible to get a clear, solid record of who left, with who, and exactly when. And that gap, that's exactly what we're going to close.
So here's our game plan. We'll start with what this digital gate pass solution is all about. Then I'll walk you through, step by step, how to create one. After that, we'll get into some real-world situations you're going to run into, and we'll wrap up with the most important security best practices. Sound good? All right, let's dive into our first section, the InstaClass Gatepass system. It's all about taking that messy paper trail and swapping it for a smart, modern way to handle every single early exit. So what is a gate pass really? Well, you can think of it as the official digital green light for a student to leave campus early. But honestly, it's so much more than just a digital permission slip. It's actually a living record that tracks the whole thing, from the moment the request is made all the way to the second they walk out that door. And just look at all the info this thing captures. We're not just talking the student's name. We're talking who is picking them up, the exact time they leave, the reason why, a totally unique gate pass number. I mean, every single piece of this data works together to build a completely airtight security record. Now, this rule right here is the absolute key to having an audit trail you can trust. By making sure every single pass number is unique for the whole school year, the system just gets rid of any possibility of duplicate records or mix-ups. What you end up with is a clean, undeniable record for every student departure. Okay, time to get practical. We've talked about the what and the why, so let's get into the how. This next part is your step-by-step guide to actually creating and issuing a gate pass. Here it is, the 6 main steps. And yeah, it looks pretty straightforward because it is. From just opening the module all the way to issuing the final pass. We're going to zoom in on a few of these steps, the really critical ones, to make sure you nail them every single time. Okay, here is a pro tip that's going to save you so much time. For step 2, always start by searching for the student first. The second you select them, bam, the system just fills in their grade, their section, all those other key details for you. It's not just faster, it seriously cuts down on the chance of making a typo. Now let's talk about step 4, marking the exit time. And listen, this is so important. This is not just some box you have to check. It is a core security action. When you record that timeout at the precise moment the student physically leaves, you're creating a time-stamped official record of when the school's responsibility for that child was handed over to the guardian. It's a big deal. Step 5, parent acknowledgement. This is all about whatever your school's policy is. If you have to get and track explicit consent from the parent inside the system, you're going to flip acknowledgement required to on. That automatically puts the pass in a pending state. But if your policy doesn't require that, just leave it off, and the pass is good to go as soon as you issue it. Now, if you do use that acknowledgement feature, you're going to see one of these 3 statuses. Pending is simple, it just means you're waiting. Acknowledged, that's your green light, you've got parental consent. But declined, that's a hard stop. It means the parent has said no, and you need to find out why. Here's another little best practice that will save you from mistakes. Get in the habit of creating the pass as a draft first. Think of this as your safety net. It lets you pop in all the info, double-check everything, make sure it's all accurate before you make it official. Once you're 100% sure, then you go ahead and switch the status to issued. All right, so knowing the steps is one thing, but you know how it is. The real world loves to throw curveballs. So in this section, we're going to cover how to handle some of the most common situations you'll probably face right there at the front desk. This one is non-negotiable, absolutely critical. If a parent hits decline on that acknowledgement, you have to treat that as a potential red flag. The recommended action is simple. Do not let the student leave. Your very next move is to get on the phone, verify what's going on with the guardian, and loop in the right person at the school. Okay, so what if the parent just doesn't respond? The gate pass is just stuck on pending. In this case, the system can't decide for you. You have to fall back on your school's specific protocol. And you know what? That almost always means picking up the phone and calling the parent directly to get that verbal confirmation.
You know, this little table is a fantastic cheat sheet. It's super simple. If the pickup is a go and the student leaves, the final status is issued. If the parent changes their mind and the student isn't leaving after all, change it to canceled. That keeps your records clean. And if you're just waiting for more info, just leave it in draft. Easy. We're in the home stretch now. To bring it all together, let's just quickly go over the most important security best practices. You can think of this as your final mental checklist before any student leaves early. Seriously, before you hit that final issue button, just take 5 seconds and run through this list in your head. Is it the right student? Is that the right guardian? Is the reason in there? Did you get the timeout right? Is the acknowledgement set correctly? Is the status right? A quick scan like this can prevent some major headaches down the road. And look, if you only remember 2 things from this entire guide, let it be these 2 right here. Number 1, always verify the identity of the person picking up the student. And number 2, always record the timeout at the exact second that student is walking out the door. These 2 things are the absolute foundation of a secure process. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. Now that you've seen the whole process and the security that's built right into it, just imagine, how could a system like this, one that's completely digital and 100% auditable, really transform the day-to-day safety and security at your school?